We are live!
Oh,
And we are here joined today by Mr. Markusatsu himself.
man, the myth, the
Thank
legend,
you.
the Grand Master. Some would say, for some reason, Thomas Jujubee,
The grand,
granddaddy of
yeah.
Ah,
Tokutubers.
ah, ah,
Uh,
ah, ah.
no,
Oh
I
my
wouldn't
god,
say
welcome to the
that.
stream, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we're
Man, it's gonna
super
be a really
honored
fun
to have you
episode.
on. Honestly, you and Vaughn and Sentai Five and Thomas Jujubee and a few others are like my inspirations for wanting to do any of this stuff. So
Oh.
the fact that you're like, yeah, sure, I was like, oh my god.
And I said this before in the episode that we had with Este, but I grow up watching you guys. Like, I'm not kidding when I said that you are one of the biggest reasons why I got into Tokusatsu.
Oh.
I swear. I swear. Because your video essays are so well made and so like persuasive that they were like it got me thinking. I'm like, maybe I should like look around into this Japanese stuff because I don't know, like I'm kind of feeling it. And here we are today. So
Yeah,
Mark, you're
you're
kind of
you.
like
Your
why we're
history of
here.
video, I think it was O's. I talk about a lot, a quote from that where you talk about how there's a perfect season for everybody. No matter what
Yeah.
series it is, there's a perfect one, and no one is really better than another because one that somebody loves, somebody else hates. One that somebody hates, somebody else loves. And you're
Right.
so right.
You're still absolutely
Yeah.
right. Like you were spinning. I even linked your video in our previous episode about where to watch Tokusatsu because again, a
Uh,
really well made
Well, so
video.
just in
I
case
want to
one
recommend
of
our
us goes
viewers to
down, we
people
all
who
go
are
down
good
by the
quality.
FBI. So yeah.
Yeah. No big deal
jeez.
there. But yeah, no. We are here with Markusatsu today for episode 25 of Henshins and Homies because we are going to be talking about Tokusatsu video games.
I'm
So,
very excited about this. I don't know how the ranking thing's gonna go because I played like 3 out of the list.
look, for like as far as ranking goes, you don't need to have experience playing the game itself to rank it. You just like give your own opinion on it and
We're
like
about to
other
burn
people's
some
gameplay.
bridges.
That's why I wanted this to be today's episode because it's just such a funny topic to discuss.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you have
you don't
Cheermaker
really
up?
hear too much about like video games as far as the Tokusatsu community
Yeah.
goes. And
Right.
even with like Power Rangers, like they promote like their mobile games a lot too, but I still don't see a lot of people playing it or like at least talking about it. From what I see. I know it's pretty popular out there. But yeah, so that's why we decided to make today's topic about video games, as well as later discussing why we think some villains were kind of in the right.
Or just
You
in
know,
general,
because
we like a lot.
because sometimes a villain is so well written
Yes.
that they kind of get you thinking a little bit. They're like, wait, well, no, sorry, you were thinking about how they have a point.
Yes.
They're kind of going somewhere with this, and you want to root for the hero, but at the same, I'm sorry. This
No, it's
I was talking about this before the stream. This light was so dim before it started streaming, and now it's bright again. I don't get it. By the way, like the lights, it's
Oh,
coming
you're
together.
lovely. I
we're
like
you,
it.
upgrading.
thank you,
Okay,
thank you.
production value.
It's slowly but surely, and I'm actually planning on getting a little bit more lights, like maybe on like the bottom of my mirror. I don't know.
I'm considering something on this shelf here that I could put on here. sticky
Please,
lines.
it looks so cool. It looks so
Yeah.
cool. Ryu's so cool. Get it? Because you were pointing to like the mode changer. Anyway, so yeah, some villains are correct, and we're going to talk about that later on. So that's the two topics that we're going to be talking about in today's episode. But before we get to all that, I just want to catch up with Markusatsu. Like, dude, how you doing? How's life going? How you feeling? Really?
Oh, jeez. So, I don't know. It like
No
just to
pressure.
start
Just
off-
take it. No, yeah, you know.
Okay, so
Also,
just to
you know,
start off,
hold on.
um, hey,
Hey.
Calvin.
Not watching
Um,
SPD, I see.
Dang, he followed up with this. Are you kidding me?
Okay, I see.
Markusatsu
Who-
just leaves.
Who? Who's that? Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we don't know who that is. We don't know who that is, honestly. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Go on, man. Go on.
It's all good. It's all good. I've been on other podcasts and like collabs and stuff, and I most of the time I get the, oh my gosh, I grew up watching your stuff, or you inspire me, stuff like that, and it's always so nice to hear that. But I also bring this up a lot is where I'm like, I don't know. I just talk about shows and people like that for some reason. I don't know. I'm just a guy who likes
He
shows.
says that so humbly. Oh,
Well,
1 second,
oh
guys.
no.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep talking. Keep talking.
If Calvin's okay, never mind. um, well, it's
Keep
all good.
talking.
Uh, so yeah, I get that, but I'm just a guy who just likes talking about these shows,
Sure.
and I've been told also like, oh, you're one of the biggest Tokutubers out there, and I always try to say no, there's others like Chris Cantado who does like cosplays and stuff, and Este who focuses on more Power Ranger stuff. But I guess I'm more of a general Toku guy, and I don't just focus on one thing. But
Right.
still, I still don't feel like I'm a big YouTuber either.
Oh my god, stop.
So
You are one of the OGs, Markusatsu. Literally, like, I was saying it earlier, but you are one of the people that I grew up watching. Just like Este, just like Hercules. Like, you guys are there when it comes to people I think about when I, oh my god, I can't think. When I talk about the tokusatsu community of content creators. You know, you are one of the big ones. And it may not feel like that, but you really are. And it means a lot to so many people that you create this content and push out your best all the time. Like, you never miss with an upload. Even with, like, uploads where,
Oh, yeah, tell 'em,
not
tell 'em.
anymore. Not anymore.
Wait a minute, wait. They were watching King Oger, so I mean, they had an excuse.
Okay, I didn't
It's
ask.
fine.
I didn't
Oh.
ask. I'm talking about SPD. SPD stands for shut up, play the episode, and do your homework because you're in college.
Yeah, it's interesting too, like you said, Frankie, because even though like I'm clearly I'm older than you, and I've like been watching the stuff a little bit before, or whatever. Still, same with me. Like as long as I've been into it, I remember Marcos's videos, like the history of videos, and just other things that he's done talking about it. And I think what gets me the most is that him and so many people have this great quality of being so like personable, and friendly when they talk about stuff. It doesn't come off like I'm Marco Satsu. Also, fuck you. Like it comes off very like, hey, I'm Marco. I know a lot about this stuff from Japan. Do you want to talk about it? Cool. If not, that's fine. Like it's a nice way. It's a friendly way
Absolutely.
to talk about
One
it.
of the biggest reasons why, like, that video I watched that made me get into Kamen Rider was so, like, it's so effective on me was because of just how chill and open you were about it. And you didn't give this kind of, like, elite, like, attitude of, like, here's what you need to get into if you want to be just as good as me. Like, you come off as if, like, you were some sort of friend that I know that's like, hey, like, I know about M&Ms. Do you want to, like, talk about M&Ms with me?
There are
And
a lot
then
of
we just
flavors.
talk about
What do you
M&Ms.
know about?
Yeah, and let's just get into it. Taste test each one of them and see which one's your favorite. You know, like that's the kind of thing that I got from you when I watch your videos. So it's a really big full circle moment for me to be able to say thank you to you straight up because again, like I wouldn't be where I am today without your content. So just
Same.
thank you for everything you do, man. Seriously.
No, stop. But thank you to you guys for pushing out this content, for taking your time and doing it. That takes a lot just to even start. So it's great that you guys have like over 20 episodes already, and you guys continue to be like just very open, and I do like listening. So
Aww. Well, yeah, like this kind of
Well, yeah,
stuff is so fun to us. Really, it is.
And that's kind of the whole point of it is, like you said, just kind of like being really open and letting anybody on who wants to be on. And honestly, almost pretty much every single person we've had on, we end it literally in tears laughing over something stupid, some dumb tangent we go on. And we're belly laughing and happy the next day and the next day after that,
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
It's always a good time.
Exactly.
Honestly.
exactly.
All right. So now that we talked about that, let's get into today's first topic: ranking Tokusatsu video games. Like I said before, we don't need to have experience playing the games themselves to give our honest opinion on them. So
You're going to
whoever
get
wants to go
everything,
first,
no matter what you want.
you signed up for it clicking on this podcast episode, whether you did it on Apple, Spotify, Google, or Amazon, or on YouTube. Anyway, Markusatsu, since you're our guest today, you can go first, or it's up to you. Do you want to go last?
I can go last.
Okay. I totally respect that. So you're gonna start.
If you want me
um,
to, I can.
no. Zach. Do you want to start? I can start too if you want.
Sure. So what I was going to talk about, I have one, but I know that it's probably the same as what Marcos might talk about. So I was going to bring up a different one, which is one that not a ton of people know about, or some people do, but it's kind of a cult classic. It's known as Viewtiful Joe. It originally released on the GameCube, and then there was a PS2 version as well. And it's a really cool game. I should probably do a share screen thing so you can at least see like images and stuff from it. But it's really
I'll
cool.
pull
You
up a
like
photo.
are this like average Joe character, and you go to the movie theater and you're watching your favorite Toku-esque hero called Captain Blue or Captain something like that. And during it, you get sucked into the movie itself. The character does, Joe,
Oh, it's kind of
and
like
he
that
ends up
one
becoming his
movie.
own Tokusatsu Sentai Kamen Rider type of hero, basically.
Mhm.
And it's cool because to transform, like you're normally just Joe without powers, but then you fight well enough and you get the little meter built up, and he says, "Henshin a go go, baby!" And he actually says Henshin every time, which
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just makes me
That's so
excited.
cool.
And it was interesting when it came out because I wasn't even really that deep into Toku when it came out. So like I was like, "Whoa, this is really cool!" And then once I got there, he is. Once I
Yeah.
got into Toku, then I was like, "Okay, now I get why he's so cool and this game is so awesome." It's a side scroller beat 'em up. It's got really good music. It's got a bunch of like if you fail and mess up and like die or whatever, it's like caught, and it stops it and it like gets mad at you that you messed up because it's a movie they're trying to make. Kinda. Um,
Oh, so I like that. I like that.
yeah, and it plays with that aesthetic of being a movie because you have powers based on what a movie can do. So you can fast forward, slow down, reverse, things like that,
Mhm.
and that affects the combat. And certain enemies you can't defeat unless you do use certain powers to like slow them down or pause them or whatever. So
Why do I
yeah,
high key want to play this now?
it's
It is
really
very
good.
This
fun.
is this sounds like a very fun game.
It'd be difficult nowadays. I think you'd really just have to actually physically have a GameCube or PS2 because I think, unfortunately, it's one of those few cult classic games that hasn't been made into HD on a modern day system. But it's worth it. It's probably one of the best PS2 and GameCube games and one of my favorite games. It's just really fun, colorful, vibrant, and it just lives in that genre. And it's clear that when they made it, can you scroll down a little bit? Does it show the developer on the case there on the image?
No, it just.
It was Platinum. I thought.
I know what you mean. Like
No, at the bottom.
Capcom.
And yeah, whoever made it are clearly gigantic Toku fans, and it's just a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So, and I just get a kick out of it. They literally says Henshin every single time he transforms, and you can see it with the helmet. Like there's the rider kind of thing on it, a little V there, and the suit looks Sentai. It's very much a nice
No, yeah, this is
combination.
definitely
Yeah,
a Kamen Rider inspired hero, and I like how
yeah,
it's an
and
original
the
hero.
scarf flows behind you as you
Yeah.
walk. It's so cool. It's so
And
cool.
do you know
And
what's
it's
up
got
with this guy up here?
Huh?
Do
Yeah,
you
it's
know
one of
what's
the
going
enemies.
on with? Oh,
Yeah.
that's an enemy.
Same people that worked on this worked on the Devil May Cry series, which has some Toku influence into it as well. And actually, in the PS2 version, you can unlock playing as Dante and a few other Devil May Cry characters in it. But yeah, it's got like a cell shaded comic book feel to it, so it's even more vibrant as a result of that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite games. That's the one I wanted to bring up for sure.
Wow. No. Oh, my bad. My bad. I didn't mean to remove you. I meant to remove this.
He likes to
All
be
right.
on one side. There we go.
I do. I do like to be on this side. In one episode, I said I like to be on the left. I meant to say the right. I like to be on the right. Yes. So that was an amazing game to talk about. I actually, well, not to go into my own list, but none of my lists featured games have an original hero. Like that's actually so cool that it's a original hero, Beautiful Joe. When you said that in the chat, I was like, Beautiful Joe. Like I've never heard of it before. I've never heard
it's
of it.
rare
So
when they can do an original character one. It doesn't happen a lot. I have a couple examples. Most of them are using the franchise characters in a game of some kind.
Yeah.
But when they do it, it's really cool. It's really cool to see.
yeah. And what about another game? You got another game?
Other than that, if you want to look up Chroma Squad,
Chroma Squad, I got you.
Chroma Squad. This is a game that I recently-ish got into. It came out a few years back originally on
Ooh.
Steam, and now it's available on, I believe, Nintendo Switch recently too.
Mhm.
It's kind of a similar setup where you're making a show, but what's cool is it's literally top to bottom. You name your studio, you name your Sentai team, you name the name, what they say when they shout their attacks out, what they say when they transform, the name of their robot, what they say when they summon their robot. You can actually choose the Yeah, that graphics right there is kind of how some of the cutscenes look, but when you do the gameplay, it's more like 16 8-bit kind of thing.
Oh, I
And
see. I
it's
see.
got really fun music with that as well. Using that chiptune type of dee dee doo 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 type of music, But it's very
It's like a
much
retro style game.
inspired by a lot of Tokusatsu things. Clearly, you see the Sentai reference. There's a character in it that ends up. There's a separate campaign you can play where he's called the Knight Rider, but he's essentially Kamen Rider. And some other character represents Ultraman or something like that. So it's really cool, and you get to choose your actors. And it starts out just being like, oh, you're actors fighting these guys, like whatever, you're doing your episodes. And then it starts to slowly transition into what you're doing is real and the powers becoming real as well. So it's pretty cool. And you can like unlock like research for different like suit parts and customization things. Your mecha you can choose, like you start with cardboard and you end with like super high tech like alien metal and like lasers and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a really intense, insane game, but it's a lot of fun. It's like turn-based too, like Final Fantasy Tactics, if any of you guys have heard of that game or know how that game is played. So it goes by turns. Ooh, shit. Smack my table.
I'm so excited.
It goes by turns. It's just a lot of fun, and it's cool to like name your characters how you would. So it's fun to use it as like a thing to like put your ideas in for a Sentai or whatever, like put in the character names and stuff like that. That's what I did. My main team I used throughout it was the one where my female purple is the leader. So
Purple's a leader.
Yep.
Okay, okay, Zach.
Papa Onoja, I'm just saying.
You started the trend. I like how with your games, they're not like directly from Toy. Or they're not from specifically a Kamen Rider series or a Ultraman series. Like these are Tokusatsu inspired games. Like with Viewtiful Joe, it's like a Tokusatsu inspired Kamen Rider hero. With this, it's like you create your own Tokusatsu team, like basically mirroring something of the likes of Super Sentai. You know, like that's really cool that you have these kinds of recommendations or like, just talking about these games in general because one, I didn't even know about it. And two, they're also interesting. Yeah. Honestly.
It's cool too with the gameplay with it because it goes as deep as like each character fits a certain archetype and that archetype is their class, like in an RPG. But also is like the archetype you'd see in Sentai where like sometimes the blue is the more tech expert with the glasses. Sometimes the yellow is the comedic, the comedic relief, but they also are good at like sharpshooting or they're really strong and they use a giant axe. You can choose whatever you want, whatever colors you want. So
this is another game that I definitely want to play.
Do something with it again to do like a sequel and it be like a different graphic style upgrade or something like that. But it's really good. Steam or through like your PC or like I guess Steam Deck, and then also on Nintendo Switch where you can play that. So
okay, on the Nintendo Switch. Before you go on to your
maybe I don't know that
third, it could be either one. I mean, like I'll look into it. I'll put these games in the description for anyone that's curious on checking it out as well.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say that before we move on to your third game, or if you have a third game, it's fine. I wanted to bring this comment up. Look who's here. Megan, she's saying how she ordered the Ryu Soul Changer, and secondly, she's up to 21 episodes in Ryu Soldier, and she loves it. Megan!
You did it.
Thank you so much for joining the stream today, and thank you so much for letting us know.
Fam. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my God, are we gonna get a Henshin video from you, Megan? What's the plan? What's gonna happen? Because I feel like if you're this deep into it, you're probably gonna be like, I was about to do this as if it was Dino Fury. God, no. They're like, like they just like flip it around.
Have you watched Ryu Soldier?
Yeah, but probably the less I say about it, the better.
That's okay. There are issues with it. Like you said, there's a perfect season for everybody.
Yeah.
But Zach's like, but just in case you weren't aware.
I will kill you.
I try not to be negative. I don't want to inspire bad thoughts. So
no, it's totally fine. You can have your own opinion.
My villain era. I'm just saying.
He's like, look, like you could talk about it, but we're not gonna be friends afterwards. Oh my God! All right, Zach.
Wait.
No, and I will continue to slander.
Yes.
I will continue to slander until it's done.
Villains. We told you that. Goodness. Anyway.
Waiting for that cosplay to be done. Waiting for the series to be done. Get it together.
I'm gonna be dead, bro. Seriously?
Jeez.
Go on to your
Uh,
third
the
game.
third one, I don't have a way to play because again, I talked about this with my wife today. I had a Nintendo Switch at one point, and I got it with the intention of, oh, all my online friends that play PS4 with me, I can convince them to get one, and they'll play online. That never happened, so I got rid of it. And then, like 3 to 6 months after, every goddamn game I ever wanted to come out in the system came out. All the Pokemon games came out. A bunch of other games I wanted to play, Mario stuff. I'm like, why? But anyway. So I really want to play.
Where did you give away your Switch?
No More Heroes 3. The No More Heroes series is sort of Toku inspired in the way of like the combat kinda and some of the villains, but 3 goes ham sandwich into it. As far as I know, the main creator of it is a huge Tokusatsu fan, and literally in the game they name drop Kamen Rider Zio. Now he says Kamen Rider Zio, so it's a little cringe when he says it wrong. But it's the voice actor saying it wrong. I'm sure he just didn't catch it. But he has this whole power set in the third game because usually he has this like what's called a beam katana. It's like this like laser sword essentially, and he's an assassin basically. All the first 2 games are all about going after these assassins, taking them out one by one, blah blah blah, raising up the rankings. Third one is sort of about that, but he faces like an alien threat, and to fully combat that, gets a robotic suit that he has to say Henshin to transform into, and it's really really cool. I don't know if it'll. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find what you would search to find the suit. Let's see. No.
What would you have to search?
Heroes 3. The suit.
Ooh.
Images.
I'm looking at these images. They're pretty nice. I want to pull up this one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's really, and he has like his own like specific henshin pose with it, and it's really cool.
Oh, for real. Hold on, I got another photo for y'all right here. Look at this photo. Isn't this photo badass?
Oh yeah, it's an Akira reference.
Yeah, literally. It's so cool. I'm gonna keep it here.
I think this is his suit. Maybe I got it right.
Zio Agito here. He says No More Heroes all the way. Suda 51 is a goated developer.
Yes, they are. I don't know. It's not going to show up right. So you know what? Continue talking for just a moment, and I will try. Let's see if I can find it.
Okay, so No More Heroes 3 is No More Heroes 3, and
yes.
No More Heroes 3 is a hero.
Neither one of you played.
I'm gonna pull up a little gameplay photo right here, just so you can get an idea of what it would look like inside the game, because that'd be fun. Wouldn't that be fun, guys, to see that? Pulling that up right now. All right, here we go. Look at this photo right here. So we got this like giant building in the background. What does that say? No More Heroes 3 Motel.
Yeah, they're really in your face with stuff like that, the references and stuff.
His shirt literally says "No More Heroes." I wonder if you like translate this like
goofy controversy because he had a shirt that you can unlock in it that was about like stop trans hate or something like that, and like actual people got angry about it, and it's like, okay, cool, get angry about that in a video game.
Come on now, let's be real.
Trans lives matter. My screen real quick, okay? So we're gonna take yours out. Bye bye. Share and entire screen. Boop. No, come on. There we go. Sorry. Got it. There it is. Okay. So now.
Oh my god.
Now look at this. Oh, so you see it forming right there? How he like? Yeah. Okay. And then this. And some of this is what the suits eventually will look like. Look at Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
It verges on Gundam eventually, just all the upgrades you can get and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I will always remember where I was watching E3, and then all of a sudden it's like No More Heroes 3, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what is this? Or it didn't even say that at first. It showed him and I didn't recognize him. I'm like, is that Travis Touchdown from the like one series? And also he's just like, Henshin. I'm like, what? Huh? What? Excuse me? Come again? And then he has the suit, and I was like, oh, whoa, what are we doing? But it's pretty cool. I want to play it, but it's like a Switch exclusive as far as I know. But I got
get a Switch back. Get a Switch.
Yeah, really, just get a Switch. Zach. Today is getting a Switch. So yes,
get a Switch. And when you do play this game, maybe we'll create another channel dedicated to gaming. Maybe, right? All right. So, out of those 3 games, what would you rank from your most favorite to, like your favorite but not your most?
Sure. So I would put probably Beautiful Joe at number one. Chroma Squad would be number two, and the only reason I would put No More Heroes at number three is because I haven't
Because you haven't
myself
played
personally
it.
played it. I've seen
Mm.
gameplay, but that's not enough to really truly know
That's
what
not
it's
enough.
like. People are always like, "Oh,
That's
I
not
haven't
enough.
played this game, but I've watched a playthrough," and it's like, then no, that's not the same. Stop acting like it. No, play it.
Well, shoot, Zach. Not everybody can play it. All right.
Well,
Sometimes all we can do is live it through another person.
fantasy.
Okay? Which is gonna go into my list because I haven't played any one of these games. But all right, so I actually got my 3 games right here, and let me pull out my photos for them. Oh, this is gonna be a little awkward. Just trying to find it. No, that's not the photo. Oh no.
Oh no, we're about to get some different photos. About to be Henshins, only Henshins fans.
What? What? Wait, no. We can't ignore that. We can't ignore that. Excuse me? What kind of photos do you think I save on my computer? Ah,
It's under the folder kitten calendars.
Mark, get me out of here.
It's fine. He's just
Your
Yeah,
eyes
me
just get so
out.
big.
Anyway, this is the game that I wanted to talk about.
Oh, Summonrider.
Yes. So, Kamen Rider Summonrider. Do you know about it, Mark? Have you played it before?
I've tried. There was only one time I could have gotten my hands on it, but it was really expensive. But I
Ooh.
tried.
Oh.
Well,
Is it
I
like an
learned about this
arcade
game
type of deal, like a
today.
gotcha type thing or something?
So here's the thing. I'm just gonna have to like move this for a second. I'm sorry, y'all. But here's the thing about this game, right? It's in like the same kind of family as Skylanders, where you have a figure and you can put it on sort of on some portal, and it'll put that figure inside of the game. And I never knew that Kamen Rider or
Whoa,
Toy
what
has done something like this. Look. Like you got Gaim and Wizard down here. This is probably around the time that Drive was airing, so
And
that's why he's
Drive?
like the main
Oh.
focus. Yeah,
That
like
makes
it's
me so sad. Maybe things would have been different for this kind of game if this was what we got instead of Skylanders. I'm just saying. Oh, no.
I'm really surprised that this exists. Can I just say? Because first of all, this looks legit. Like this looks like something you would find in America. Like
Right.
was this in America? Like did I miss something?
No.
Yeah,
No,
that,
it's Japan only.
Alternate timeline.
I figured. I mean like from what I can
Ah.
see,
It's from
It
the
seems like-
timeline, Frankie. It's from the timeline where Dragon Knight was successful and became the MMPR writer adaptations, and then that's what
and
we got.
this is the result of it. Yeah. I mean like come on now. This looks really fun. And I don't know too much about the game itself, but I'm assuming it's like similar like okay, I saw this cutscene and I don't know if I could play it. I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna play it, but it's gonna be on mute.
Like a half second.
Last time we played something on YouTube, we got a copyright
Yeah,
strike.
I was like,
So
oh,
I'm
look at
not-
Henshins
I'm not
on
trying to,
YouTube, and they'll get in trouble, and not us, right, Marcos? No. Get it like a flag, like be careful.
Look, check out this trailer right now. Check out this trailer. I'm gonna talk over it,
Just a
but
trailer. Oh wait, it's just a trailer. This is
it's
R.
just a trailer. Fair use. No, but it. First of all, I know this is like a movie in the game. It's not the actual
Right.
gameplay, but it looks really cool. It looks really cool. And if I like just skip
that
a
much
bit
beyond
forward,
or below like the cinematics and memory of Heroes, Marcos, like it looks decent.
yeah, right. And then I'm assuming like this is some sort of like way that they're trying to promote the
Ooh.
portal. So like, say like you got the rider, right? It's like you got. Oh my god, I was about to call Drive Wizard. You got Drive over here. He's like obviously rider kicking down into the portal.
Right.
Just skipping a little
I
forward.
do like that aesthetic that each of the little rider figures is them doing their rider kick. I think that's a really
yeah, that's like
nice,
that's such a
super
staple.
iconic, and it works for Jesus Christ. Remember how I talked about last episode wanting to just be reincarnated to live in Japan as a kid there? This is why.
This is reason
Bro.
number 486 of why you
Get
want
it.
to do that. Oh, and then look at all the villains here too.
Yeah, the yummies and the
This looks like a really, really good game, and I high key want to play it just because the figures look so cool. I don't know, like I'll try to get one more
I
photo of
wonder
it.
if you could find them on Buyee. the little like summon disc
Probably,
figures.
probably. I mean, like, what do you think, Marcosatsu? Is it common to find these kinds of figures, or are they like super rare because the game wasn't really that big?
Yeah, it only had the one reissue when it first came out, and then the toys, since there were so many and you had to get them randomly, yeah, just became scattered. So if you can find them on Bai or Mandarake, I was like just Mandarake, you could find them, but I've only found them like a handful of times. So
Oh
Mm,
man,
I don't know why this isn't as talked about as I would have expected it to be. Because
right?
this looks like a really cool concept for a game, especially
And
for
it
something
just
like
looks
Kamen Rider.
real seeing the official Wii U logo on a game with Rider.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why
From
I
like
thought it was
Nintendo.
like
Like
I thought it was something that you could purchase outside of
I thought it was
Japan.
Photoshop, bro.
Right, like imagine my surprise when I saw this. So I'm
But it
just
was
gonna spoil
real.
it. I'm gonna spoil it right away. Like this is my number one. This is my number one just because of how cool it is as a concept to have a Skylanders themed game centered around Kamen Riders.
hmm
Like honestly, it's really cool.
Right.
Now we're gonna move on to our number two. I'm just gonna go down like in order. So our number two is called Battle Dodgeball 3. Right? I love how like every game that we're picking out is some sort of like third. It's not
Right.
even like the first. No, it's the third. I'm gonna try to pull up a photo right now, but it's basically
Battle
just like a
Dodgeball.
little. It's, you know what? I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna play a little bit of gameplay of it while it's just playing in the background, and then like talk about my thoughts on it. So this game, it's not as popular as I thought it would be either, but it's there. Um, it's basically like an
Oh,
8-bit kind
a
of
little
style
Gundam.
game. Yeah, so it actually has Gundam, Ultraman, and Kamen Rider inside of it. So this is
Oh,
why
okay.
I
So no
put it
Twin Tiger.
inside of
That's
the.
okay.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
like a
look at
kind of.
him. Ah, ha, ha.
Oh, this you? That's a skill issue. No, but look at all of them go. I mean, like this is a really cute, fun game. I don't see anything wrong with it, in my opinion. It just looks
Yeah.
really, really innocent. Oh,
It'd be
yeah.
a fun like collector's thing to have, even if I didn't have a way to play it. It'd just be like a fun collector's thing to own. Like, yeah, I
Right.
own this. I don't have a way to
Yeah,
play it, but
and this is like it was mainly showcasing Gundam, but it does also feature Kamen Riders
now is
and
it an older
Ultraman.
one where it would have only shown like Ichigo and a few Heisei riders, or does it not tell you?
No, actually, what it ends up including, because this is like a third in the series, I'm assuming 1 and 2 have those other riders, but for the
Yeah.
third one, it only includes O's and Double,
Oh,
and then for
interesting.
Ultraman, it only includes Zero and. Ooh, don't judge me. Baliol? Baliol?
Oh,
Is that how you
Belial.
say it? Baliol.
Belial.
Yeah. It only includes those, and then Freedom Gundam and G Gundam is the only what is it? 6 series that it includes in this.
Sure.
Just curious, does Battle Dodge have like other series as well? Oh, it does. Kind of. Anyway, yeah. So that's my number 2. I'm sorry if I don't give so much information on these games. Again, I'll put it in the description if you're curious about them. But that's my number 2. Number 3 is I'm just gonna pull it up, and you're going
I'm
to let me
scared.
know
This
what
is
you
gonna be
think.
this is gonna be like a fucking rider dating game or some shit. This is gonna be
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I didn't even think of
it would work so well.
Does that
'cause there's always a
exist?
heated drama between
I feel
men.
like if
So,
that's
like,
exist,
there you
if
go.
I feel like if that exists, like Marvelous would be there, and then Keza would be like, she'll be on her way. She is not gonna hesitate. All right, I'm gonna pull up this image, and then you just tell me your thoughts. All right, ready?
Okay, I'm scared.
I feel like
I can't stand you. God.
So, I can't give a reason why this is on my list.
Neither did I.
It's
I'm rethinking
here
the co-host
because
right
I just wanted to explore outside of the Japanese
Quality?
side of video games. Oh,
oh.
yeah, that too.
Because I'm sorry, I'm gonna spoil it right now. Never touched it, never gonna touch it. It's not good. I promise. There ain't
Does
no
this
way.
does this B mean anything? Or does that just mean that like
Yeah, for little bitches.
Oh my god.
I can't stand it. Why did you? Why? And I
I
like that the
am
cards are
not
like
sorry.
those Sager cards, but they're the like legendary Ranger card things that they did nothing with in the show and only did as a collectible. Literally months before they literally were going
Yeah.
to do fucking Ranger keys. Can't stand it.
Look, I'm even gonna pull up a little video just for you. Just
God,
for you.
oh yes, I'm so
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Look at him
Yeah.
go.
Who, Beautiful Joe? No More Heroes who? Troy, the most
Oh wow.
emotional ranger,
He
the
can't
most
even jump
emotional
on.
game.
No. I mean, like,
Oh
as
my
far as a
God.
3DS game goes, it doesn't. Hey, it's a power card. You got a power
You got
card.
power
Oh,
card.
great.
You can
Thank you.
use it to attack. Look out. Down
Well, I
the
guess
enemy
it's
with the
the same
card.
dialogue bullshit where in the show where they're like, "Hey, stop that! Yeah, you should stop that." So like, I guess it's to the form.
And you
Fucking
guys know more about this game than I do. I heard somewhere that it just straight up doesn't work. But what
like
about this game doesn't work?
everything probably doesn't.
Everything doesn't work. I
Like
mean, just
for
look
like
at
the
him
three
go.
Megaforce fans that live wherever they live, I'm sorry, but this is not the
Oh my
representation you wanted.
god. And
Oh my
what is
god.
this? I mean, like, I want to like it because it's not. It
Wait,
doesn't
what?
look
Rat didn't
that
have that
bad.
form in Megaforce, did he?
Did he?
I don't remember him having it in Megaforce. I thought he got it in. Oh my
See, now we're even getting inconsistent. All right, we're
god, I
done.
can't stand it.
But this is my number 3. So just to reiterate, Kamen Rider Summon Rider is my number 1.
Awesome.
Battle Dodgeball 3 is my number
Good
2.
hell.
By the way, Summon Riders for Wii U, PS3. Battle Dodgeball is for PSP. Our favorite of the bunch, Power Rangers Megaforce, is for the 3DS.
We're gonna lose everybody
That's
watching right now. They're gonna give up. It's not.
they all left. They all left. We're just talking amongst ourselves. There's 3 viewers
Marcos, can
currently,
you
and
give
it's
us
us
some
3.
quality content, please?
Yeah, please refresh us, please. After that list.
Are you looking it
Okay,
up right
so
now?
He's like doing the last second.
love
He's
it.
like, guys.
Oh wait, hold on. Max,
Toku. Oh, I spelled toe. Toku. What's your list, Markusatsu?
So a lot of people would expect Memory of Heroes, of course,
Duh.
or Climax Scramble Fighters, but I also wanted to showcase some lesser known Toku Kamen Rider games. Like
Okay.
this first one actually isn't Kamen Rider or Toku related actually. But it's called
I'm like,
it's called
off the stream you go.
it's
What's it
it's
called?
called Override. If you look it
Override.
up, Override 2. A lot of
Excuse me, keep
people
burping. Mhm.
might know it more as like GigaBash. That's like its equivalent to it. But Override came first, and it's this beat 'em up that focuses on scale. So a lot of them.
I remember this.
So there's like kaiju characters, there's mechas, there's like giant like heroes and stuff like that.
Oh, there's
And
another
yeah,
one
there
like
it is.
that I want to talk about too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Oh,
it's
got
pretty much
Ultraman.
just it's like a 4-player beat 'em up. Like over the shoulder, you just fight like that, uh, and or a top down, and you fight like that. And the second one, as you can see, it showcases Ultraman and Ultra 7 along with a
Yeah.
couple other Ultra
Yeah, like the
characters.
Netflix anime versions. Yeah.
Yeah, those,
Literally,
yeah.
like, they look so high tech. Oh my god.
They, they are. It is a very cool inclusion. But the weird thing is that in the anime, they never grow giant. They're just human size that have like Ultraman armor.
Ooh.
So
That's a
they-
really cool concept, though.
it is cool, and I like that. But Override is about being a giant, and they were never giant, so it's just kind of weird.
He's like,
like,
what?
like
Where are we getting the super?
Message with the lore. Thank you.
and the craziest
He's
thing
like,
is
actually.
instead of the anime versions, you could literally just get regular Ultraman and Ultra 7, but you got the anime ones that don't grow giant.
Mm.
But
Mm.
still, okay.
You're like playing this game. You're like,
That aside,
The
it is a fun
one
game.
one.
I know about it because I played it with my close friends, and it was
Aw.
fun. It was there's like a lot of DLC. There's like some love into it. I'm glad there was a second game. The fact that it has Ultraman at all is just super cool. So yeah, I do recommend it if you get it for like $5 because it's not that
Oh.
fun, but it is fun.
He said, "You'll have a good time. Not that much of a good time, but you'll have a good time."
Basically.
It's like a good it's like the kind of dopamine rush that you get from watching a 3 second TikTok. Like you like it, and then you're like,
Exactly.
all right, time
Yeah,
to move
yeah,
on.
pretty much, pretty much.
Oh
So yeah.
man, all right. So what's the next
Uh,
game then?
so the next one, I was having a tough time because I didn't want to be too predictable since a lot of people already know Memory Hero Scramble and the 2.5D fighting game, Climax Fight.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of it. Climax Heroes. Yeah, it's the Climax Heroes series, and it started from Decade, there was a yearly one adding new characters all the way up to Wizard. So it features pretty much every single common writer, main writers you see in the main show, um, but in a
Wow.
fighting game, a 2.5D fighting game.
Okay.
Have you played
Let
it?
me pull up a little video.
Yeah, I've played it. I've
He's
mostly
like, I
played
hated
the
it.
No, I just
the
wondered, 'cause
first
it's probably hard to get.
the first few are kind of super outdated because it is a PS2 game and you can really feel that they didn't really it wasn't really trying for anything other than just a Kamen Rider fighting game. But then when you play the most recent one, which is the Wizard one, it is actually a very fun game. It is once you pull up the footage. This
Ooh.
isn't the Wizard. This is the Decade one, but
Okay.
but it
I
has
don't hate the menus.
Yeah, the
they're-
menus actually look
it's
pretty
very
good.
clean and sleek, and this one I believe has a Decade exclusive form called a Dark Decade, where he's like
Huh?
gold and black, and it's really cool.
Ooh.
Oh no, I'm gonna look that up while we're talking.
Angsty Decade.
Yeah.
It's not a phase,
So
mom.
that's what Tsukasa needs.
Literally. Oh. Now wait a minute.
Yeah,
Why'd this
I like
kinda
the
eat?
presentation. Like,
Wait a minute. Hold on. We gotta pull this up.
oh, the Dark Decade?
Oh my god, no, you don't gotta be that.
Yeah,
dark.
there it
Stop.
is. That's it.
He can't zoom out.
Whoa.
Whoa, zoom me out, zoom me out. There we go. Look.
There it is. Yeah.
Wait, this is
I
kind
don't hate
of
'em.
this kind of eats.
Like,
Wait, I kind of want this. This
It's
needs
a
to be
figure art.
canon. No, like this needs. I need someone to paint their SH Figure Arts Decade to look like this guy, Dark Decade. I don't
have
know how
seen
Tsubasa
customs
would
like
look
that.
under him. I gotta see.
Oh.
I gotta see him. This looks really cool. I like.
But
it.
yeah, he's only in the first game, but it is a really cool inclusion that he's there at all. But the other, and he doesn't appear in the rest of the games for some reason. Not even as a playable character.
Damn, it
But
was like a
still,
one-hit wonder.
And I love that it's a fighting game that it's not balanced whatsoever. Like every single character is broken and they have infinites and stuff like that. So
yes, of course.
LMAO.
it is, but it is still a really really fun game because they try to be as true to the characters as they can. And there's like over 50 riders in that game, so like it's just
50
really,
riders
really fun.
before Revice. Oh no, wait, that doesn't make sense.
But yeah, every main
Right.
rider, including all 13 Ryuki ones, like all the Kabuto ones, they include every main rider, and still very fun game. Highly recommend. It's actually one of my favorite Kamen Rider games, so that was the one I wanted to go for.
Number one?
Yeah, I'd say number one. Yeah, the
Number one.
yeah,
Alright.
Super Climax Heroes is probably the best one, and I wish there was another one, but it got turned into Climax Scramble, and the less I say about that, the better.
Oh, okay. Now I'm
Ooh,
kind of
that's
curious. Are
fine.
you gonna make? You better make a video about that. Unless you say
I've
the
been
better
trying.
here. He's been trying.
He's gonna do a video.
He's like, I
right
can't
now,
finish this
live.
script. I just
Go,
don't
Marco.
like it. He can't make a video on it because it's gonna be too short. All the video is gonna say is
Not
No.
this one.
next
Don't play
topic.
it.
Okay, so
Outro.
the next one, the last one, also was a tough choice, but I did want to again showcase the lesser known Kamen Rider games at the very least, and there are a lot of fighters like Blade, Kabuto, Fies. Those all had their own fighters. So what I wanted to focus on was Kamen Rider Traveler Senki. It's on the DS if you want to look that up. It came out during Gaim's airing. Travelers Senki is what it's called. And it's a side scrolling game, like a beat 'em up.
Oh,
But it's very fan servicey in the way that you meet
Or the-
all
or the-
these
or the-
writers as Gaim, but you also see them like under the suits. Like you actually see like Shotaro and Philip like as characters in these games.
No, I don't even remember your heroes gave us that. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is not
It's
common. Rider.
yeah, which is why I wanted to show that. It's very different. It's a yeah,
Whoa.
it looks like that, and it's a very cute art style, but it's still a very fun
Yeah.
beat 'em up.
It looks almost like current, like, or not current, but like 3DS or DS like Pokemon art style almost.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, this is really
That's
cute.
cool. I
Like
they
I was
still use
saying,
the super like not great quality PNGs for the rider forms in the corner.
I mean, like
it's
it's charming. It's oh, what is this? I'm sorry, I just found this photo. I don't know how to feel about it. Hold on,
Oh,
I'm gonna pull it up. It's not bad. It's just it's
yeah,
his
that's
face.
tough.
I don't know how to feel about his face.
can you zoom in on Philip, please? Just specifically Philip's face. Just
His face
even
is a
closer to
little
They look like memes. Like you
No. I feel like you could put like a little text at the bottom, like ratio.
oh my god.
That's literally what their face says. This is the Futubi anime that we've been waiting for. Could you imagine if this was how their characters were designed for that anime?
new art style, season 2.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Stop. Rank all 3 games, bro. What we know number 1. We know number 1.
Yeah.
What's number 2?
All right, so number 2 I would say is the Kamen Rider, the Traveler Senki game.
Okay.
It's just fun. It's a lot of fun. A fun beat 'em up, fun afternoon. If you just want to play something Kamen Rider related.
It's a nice time, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice time.
And Climax Heroes is number 3.
Climax Heroes is the first one, like my top.
Oh no, my bad.
Yeah, Override is my number 3.
Override.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. And at one point, I did want to make a video about it because I got a review code for it. But then I was like, it's not that fun. So
You're like, look, guys, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You can pay me, and I'm still not gonna do it.
I'll do it if they pay me.
Oh, I retract my statement. He's
Gotta
like,
get
pay
that
me
back
over
somehow.
$400, and then maybe I'll do it. What was that?
I have one other one I forgot about that I meant to mention, and I
Go
get
ahead.
to play it, but I'm like this close to buying it.
What's up?
Okay, hold on. So present. There we go. That's really right. Come on, click the button.
Oh, not with that attitude.
Well, I'm trying to do the present, and it's like, no, it doesn't want me to.
Well, maybe because you hurt its feelings, Zach.
I mean,
Have
maybe
you ever
it
thought about
did.
that?
Maybe it
Huh?
played the whatever game Marcos doesn't like.
What?
All right.
It's having
This
a
is called
bad time.
GigaBash,
Oh,
and it's all these
Yeah.
different kaiju monsters. So there's like it's like a basically King Kong type guy, whatever. Here you got this little robot. Then you just have straight like Mazinger going on here, and Gigaman, basically Ultraman.
Uh-huh.
Also, I like how he's chubby. Do you notice that? That's pretty cool.
we love it.
There's this little.
Oh my
snowman.
God.
There's
Wooly.
little this thing. My favorite is this concrete. Mysterious buildings have been appearing all over the world. Are they alive? And if so, what are they after? I kid you goddamn not. It's literally a living building that can like hide during gameplay and then
What?
beat the shit out of people. Look at this. Look at this.
Whoa! Could you imagine that rolling towards you? What if
And
you're
it
inside the
changes
building,
depending
bro?
on like what place, like what arena you're in. So I can
Wait,
knock
is it
you out and be like,
multiplayer?
"Wait, what did that? There's just a building here."
Mhm.
And then there's this ultimate here. Look, builds this giant skyscraper and
Flies away.
goodbye.
Oh.
Just smacks you with a
But it's
80
like
foot.
finally the little miniature buildings can get their revenge.
Oh my god.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
I want to play this. Is this,
Yeah, this is,
where do you play this?
This is available on a lot of systems: PS4, Xbox, Switch. I believe on PC as well. There's this one, and then there was this. Is I think one of the main villain ones, Ziva. Yeah.
Ziva.
Yeah, but yeah, there's all these characters. Plus, they do promotion things. Like if you go to the main page for it, they do like promotion things. Like they just got done recently doing a thing with Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, and all these different
Ooh.
Godzilla creatures. But yeah, there we go. There's the page for it. Steam, PS5, PS4. I believe they're working on it to be on other systems too. Yeah, see GigaBash Godzilla 4 Kaiju Pack, Godzilla, Gigan, Mechagodzilla, and Destroya. So they're added to it as characters. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow.
There's like a story mode or like a 4-player type thing, kind of like the Override game that he was talking about. And it's its own little
Whoa.
story, but it's also like clearly inspired by, you know. And then they
Yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah.
got look at these awards. Jesus Christ! I didn't even look at this.
Right, like they got so
Whoa.
many awards for this game, and
Yeah,
I've somehow never heard of it. Like, what's going on?
I
I gotta
really
play
hope that they
this.
get big enough that they start to include other stuff. Like I'd love to see them include Ultraman or include some of the Sentai Mech or Power Rangers Mech would be cool to see. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's one I'm probably going to
Oh,
be buying
well,
pretty soon because I've been that excited about it. So
how much is it? How much is it? Is it like
I want to say, let me see real quick. It should
it's probably
kind of
like
bring me to
$7
PS5
or
and show me.
maybe 20.
I want to
It
say it's
looks really
like
cool.
30 or 40. It's not like very expensive, and sometimes it goes on sale. Yeah, well,
Okay.
that's
That's not
in whatever
bad.
that is. I don't know what they're.
Honestly, like this game seems like it's worth that kind of money because especially if it
Yeah,
includes
it's not
multiplayer.
really $149. That was in like rupees or something. I don't know what that was.
Rupees.
Like Indian
And
money
like
or something. I don't know, like from India or
I'm
something
weak.
or some other country. I don't know. But
Well,
yeah,
shit.
no.
I
When I
mean,
looked at it on PSN, I think it's like $30-$40, something like that. So yeah.
Zach, we playing? You on?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to do that, and then that can be the start of our Let's Play channel. That's so necessary to do
Oh my god,
nowadays.
this is the second time we're hinting at this. Are we really gonna make a Let's Play channel? Maybe, guys, maybe. Well, shit. I mean, like, I'm really happy about this episode because of how many games we got introduced to inside of the Tokusatsu circle. I mean, I didn't even know that there were games based on Tokusatsu that have their own premise and characters. Like, yo, I gotta start playing more.
What I like
Real.
about it is it shows the wide scope and that it's not just like us on Toku Twitter dinking around and making jokes about, you know, you're not supposed to know about Trinity and blah blah blah. It's actual developers with these awesome skills that are making
Right.
games that are inspired by these shows and like care about it enough to make this awesome content. So it's really cool to see it.
Exactly, and we didn't even touch upon like the indie games that like many fans create of these characters as well. So maybe that's a whole episode dedicated with that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that was really fun. I really like this whole ranking thing. This is so nice, so nice. So we're now gonna get into our second topic. As you can see, I'm really tired today. What do we think about villains who are right? Like, what do you root for the villain? Let's be honest. Sometimes no, but sometimes yeah. Sometimes yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They have a point. And I want to start off with a character that I know like they're not the nicest villain to agree with, but it's definitely a villain that you can sympathize with, right? I'm talking about Yodona or whatever, whoever, because it their story, even though that it has been changing a lot with their like V cinemas and stuff like that, I really do sympathize with Yodona because of her character arc inside of the show of Kira Major. I don't know if you've seen Kira Major Markusatsu. Have you? Do you know about it?
It's my favorite Sentai.
Oh
Per.
shit!
Per. So this is coming close to home then. Like, how do you feel about
Yeah.
Yodona as a character?
She's a lot of fun. I love her.
She really is, right? Like, I wish that we get more characters like Yodona. Because, not just because she's not a suit actor, but because, like, how complex her character is. You know? Like, she's not just like oh, I hate you. And then she's gone. She is, hold on, Faye Lee says she is trash. I just like log off stream. I'm like, Zach, pick one and get Faye. No.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm glad that you like Kira Major because I was going to talk about what happened to her in the end of the series. She gets betrayed. She gets
Not even
betrayed.
that. She straight figures out that not only is Yodan their emperor, that she's just merely a separate little
A
piece of
copy personality,
him. Yeah,
apparently.
like she goes the whole show being that bad boss bitch taking care of business, and then she's like, "Oh wait, shit, I do
I'm not
need
even-
a man though." basically.
Damn. Like that realization was really like a big turning point in Kiramager. It was like, whoa, wait, is the villain who we think we know actually the villain? Because like things were starting to turn around.
Yeah.
So yeah. So when Yodana was basically slain, literally, betrayed, it was like, damn, like what happened? What happened to my girl? Why can't she just be around?
Yeah.
Apparently, Fei Li would have killed her too.
Oh my god.
They're not really a big fan, but luckily, Pran Comrade 08 is a big fan. So thank
There
you,
you
thank
go.
you. All right, we got
I
redeemed.
will
But yeah,
say, I don't adore the Yodana specials. I feel like they're pretty close on verging on being fetish, essentially. Like I get it that she was a big deal and lots of people liked her. I'm not saying that they shouldn't or it's bad or anything like that. I'm just not sure if that was the route I would have gone with her.
I absolutely agree. I don't know how I feel about these V cinemas or like specials relating to her. They seem to go wow. Wow. They're going down this path of like fan service almost,
And how
where
much they can get away with. Because it's starting to get
Uh.
fucking uncomfortable because Kakihara is a fucking a high school student who's not even 18 and she's straight like making out with her and it's like, okay.
and then it's like it's
Enough,
contradicting
please.
the show too. It's like, wait, didn't we
Right?
want these two
Nice
to be
quote
together?
from little fucking
Her
Kira
and
Major over here.
Joro?
This nice little send up to like 80 Sentai. And it's like, but nah, we're going to take her and do all the smutty stuff we can do without it being smutty. Like, okay, can we not maybe give her a Kira
Yeah.
Major form too while we're at it instead?
Yeah, like if they're gonna do stuff with Yodana, I'd like to see her in like a more of like a anti-hero, which I think like she kind of is a little bit. No, never mind. She's not really like an anti-hero, but if she did go down the route of, you know, her character from the show and not from these V cinemas that they keep producing of her, then I would like to see her go down that route of being an anti-hero because I feel like her working alongside the Kira Majors would be interesting, and to see how like she would get her revenge on what happened to her. I mean, the V cinema kind of touches on her revenge, but whatever. Yeah. Prand Kamen Rider says, if you've seen Yodana 3, it's actually more than a fan service, but it's not subbed yet.
Oh,
All right, I shouldn't say too much then if I haven't watched it, but from what I can see and like what people talk about, that's the kind of vibes I'm getting from it, and it's like that's just how I feel personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I know that Yodana is not like the number one most biggest saint when it comes to heroes. I'm sorry, villains. But I wanted to include her when I was looking up like what villain do I agree with. Yodana popped in my head, and I'm like, yeah, no, let's dissect this. And I could go more in depth with it, but that's
All right,
basically the
Marco.
rundown of why I picked her.
your turn, sir.
Yeah, what's up with you, Marcos?
Other than being the villain of Toku. I'm just kidding.
I am. I was actually gonna say myself.
Oh shit. Well, moving on to Zach.
Heard it here first.
So, have you guys seen the Conrider 01 movie, Real Time?
Real
Yes.
time, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So the villain of that, Esu, I think he was kind of right in a lot of ways. I mean, he's still a bad guy for a reason, but in the reasons he had for some things, I think he was right, and that he was trying to take down a corporation that did him wrong, and trying to get his wife back, but also not doing it in the nice way by taking over people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Like, come
Yeah.
on now.
Wait a minute. I'm surprised you didn't say the other guy who ends up just randomly becoming the villain at the end with no fucking build up. Anyway, continue. I can't stand
I
that
don't
part of
know.
it.
The suit's cool though.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
No,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I think he's good.
I agree.
he's good. He has good intentions, I guess. But like I said, taking over people probably isn't the best thing to do.
Not
Ever.
the number one.
Usually recommended. I mean,
Yeah.
Not my first plan of action, but you know, I mean,
Right.
I guess.
yeah,
it's
I liked
one
him
way.
too. I thought he was fairly complex, and I liked how he challenged everybody. Like I like how the beginning of it is him just like kicking the shit out of Aruto and like
Yeah.
setting up the whole sword and everything. I was like, whoa, because it's like you know they're eventually gonna like when a Rider series comes out, right? They get the final form going and blah blah blah, and they do the V cinema that follows it up. It's like, okay, what kind of bad guy is gonna be able to stop the final form? And it honestly was more believable than most situations we get with that, where the final form gets mollywomped by somebody. And I like that we don't get the final form being like upgraded again in some goofy way. It's just what they did with him and East, and that was cool. That was super cool. I really like that.
That was really cool.
But yeah, no, I like how he got like the biblical sense to him, like the Adam and Eve type of situation. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
And may I just say, like, Real X Time.
Yeah,
it was a
that's
really
what
good
they sent him a snap for.
Yeah, I loved it.
I heard so.
Yeah, apparently, right?
No,
They never made any ever again. Nothing else happened after that. What about you, Zach? What's your favorite villain?
So I struggled hard with this, but the one that kept coming up in my mind was Chow Evault from fucking Bill, dude. Oh my god!
Jeez.
And he just
Really
coming up in the show and the V cinemas, being his memey ass self, and I love him. This like awful space dad for Banjo who just like constantly fucks up his life and the whole show because he feels like it. Like it's at certain points a plan, if you will. But like most of it is just like, hey, screw you, I want to do this, and you're just going to let me because I'm stronger than you until he gets, defeated the times that he gets defeated. But I like it. I like how he's not revealed too early. Like we know something.
Yeah, it was a twist.
With owner of the cafe or whatever, and then he starts being able. And it's like, okay, then you start getting the idea that it's not even him in control. Then we get the full reveal eventually of who he is and who's really in control of it. And I love that. Oh my god. The reason that the full bottle, the best matches exist is because he literally asked his daughter what he thought was the best matches for these animals in her storybook. And that's where they came from.
It's a really wholesome, reason why that's how their rider system works. Just because some little girl was like, yeah, Rabbit, Tank, they work together pretty well.
And it's such, when you think about it, it explains the absurdity of every single full bottle match that exists in the show. Because it's just some little kid that one.
Light bulb and dish soap.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that had to be an animal. Hedgehog. I know. Yeah. Hi, Keza. How you doing? She joined the stream. We love her.
Hey. But yeah, so I really like him. And I like how there's the one V cinema with Banjo, where Banjo gets that other form. I like his form. A lot of people hate on that, what was it, Muscle Galaxy, whatever the hell that form is. Yeah. I kind of like it, and I like that he's combined with his dad to do it. Like he's forced to work with them. He essentially is his dad. That's why I say Space Dad, because he pretty much is the reason Banjo from Banjo. So
right. Yeah. I'm just a little surprised. I didn't think that you would pick him because he's just that big bad, that so scary. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I get it.
Yeah, and I just like that he has layers. It's not like in episode 1, you're like, oh, his name is Evault. And he, a lot of Rider seasons do that, where it's the main villain is right there. Episode 1, you know their name, their address, everything. You don't get that with him. It's a slow
burn. Yeah,
slow burn to get to who he is and his overall reasons as to why he set everything up. So yeah, I really like him. Other than him, probably on the Sentai side, it would have to be the majority of what we have for Gaisorg, or I was also thinking about Sonoi and Don Murasame from Down Brothers, just because I really like their aesthetics and sort of their story. Clearly, Sonoi gets more than Don Murasame ever will. Hopefully, maybe I'm hoping for the V Cinema to fix this, but yeah, and then they're not really truly villains, but I mean, being on the darker side and then eventually reforming is okay.
Right.
Yeah, and I just like Don Murasame as an idea because I like how it's this sentient sword that is learning how to be alive and what that means. and I know they don't go a whole lot when they don't do a lot with it, but it's still really interesting. And I'm hoping that the V Cinema touches on it and does something with it, other than him running the cafe, which is my favorite thing. That
we gotta know what that's about.
Just behind the corner, hello, would you like a coffee? Oh yeah, because your fucking boy loves. Fucking video Down Brothers.
It's gonna become canon. We know. We know it's gonna become canon. I want to say as an honorable mention, because it was in nobody else's list. I didn't want to include it myself because I was afraid that you guys were gonna mention it, so I just wanted to do something different.
John Tolley?
Well, yeah, but other than him, um, Tarek from Dino Fury.
You know what?
Oh,
It's such like an
Oh no,
obvious
Marcos.
choice.
Oh.
whoop.
Oh, no, go ahead.
And
Say what
debate.
you want to say.
No, I like him too. I like him enough.
I didn't believe that. That was the most fakest. I think
I
he's
like him
cool.
too. And anybody that would is a dummy. But you know, like I think he's
I like him. It's opposite day, but I like him. No, I mentioned Tarek, aka Void Knight, because he genuinely just wanted to revive his wife.
Hmm.
Right, like if you like, sorry, spoilers for people who haven't watched Dino Fury, they were trapped in Area 52 or like right 52. I forget
Area
the name.
62, whatever the fuck it was.
60.
Whatever.
I don't know, but they were trapped, and then what? The place exploded, and they couldn't. He just wanted to save his wife and get out of Earth. That's it. That's all he wanted to do. And he didn't even want to hurt people, but he had to use the Sporix to revive his wife. And if you think about it, if it wasn't for those meddling rangers that made the Sporix go out of the base and create havoc around the city, then he would have just used those Sporix to revive his wife and then just dip. Like, they could even have the Sporix back, if really.
Raptown would have been around still. Fucking Morphin Masters wouldn't
I
have
feel
been
like if Void Knight, from episode 1, just straight up explained that his whole purpose for collecting these sporks is just to revive his wife, who he could make very clear isn't evil as long as he just took off that helmet. I feel like they would have sympathized with him enough to just give it to him.
I do give credit where credit's due for the slow burn with him in terms of like it's not right away that he's like, this is all for my wife, but it's like he like has a way of like a persona as Void Knight that he puts on when he's around the henchmen, right, and everybody there. But then when he's by himself, like you said, takes the helmet off, he's talking to her, we know kind of what's going on. The audience knows, nobody else does. And so I think that he works in that way. I will say he doesn't come anywhere goddamn close to how the emotional tie of Guy Sorg with Nada and everything in Rio Soldier. But I think it was a decent attempt, but I do think that the pacing kind of ruined any kind of emotionality with it, if you will, or connection that we would have gotten if it would have had more time to kind of cook a little bit. So.
Just settle a little bit. And I feel like they couldn't go as deep into his relationship just because it was on Nick. And they couldn't like make it like that emotional. Because, you know, that's just how they are.
Somebody kisses someone.
God forbid someone dies and doesn't come. Okay, maybe that's a little more dark. Like, God, why can't we have people die on cartoons?
God, more death, please.
So sensitive. Oh man, but yeah, that's the list. That's the villains.
You got
that's
an honorable mention
the
there,
episodes.
Marcos?
The next
Seems
one
to be holding his tongue a little bit.
talk
I
about
mean,
was Heart from Kamen Rider Drive.
Yeah, I love Heart. Hell yeah.
tell me about him. Inform me, enlighten me. Really, I'm listening. Tell me.
A lot of for his motive was that he literally just wanted to live with his species, the Roimeeds. But he also didn't condone exactly what they all did, especially like the killing people part, which is why he kind of offed some of them himself. But yeah, I liked Heart a lot in that he was literally just trying to live, and he didn't want to be the last Roimeed alive and literally just go extinct. But he also knew that it was his time to go, and that without the rest of his Roimeeds, he wouldn't be anything anyway. So he just wanted to live.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
I forget the beast in with him with the Heart, the Kamen Rider. Did that revive him, or did that just what was that? I forget.
It revived him. Well, all three of them, the smarter ones.
So are you happy about that, or does that not make you happy? Or
well, they end up dying again anyway, so like I guess it doesn't matter for the most part.
Right.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, Brain is still around technically, right?
Yeah. I guess who's to say they all could have been revived by some John Toei magic at this point.
John Toei magic.
And we all know, regardless of our honorable mentions or anything here, the real villain is John Toei / Hasbro. So.
LMAO. Duh. And do we sympathize with them?
No. Not at all. Not even a little bit.
So that's our episode for today. Thank you so much, Marcus Satsu, for joining us today. Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you for everyone joining in and talking with us. We had a good time tonight, right, guys? Nod your head. Nod your head. Nod your head saying yes. Yes. Yes, we had such a good time. We're having so much fun. Anyway. I'm kidding. All right. It wasn't that funny.
I was telling you, it reminded me of the last episode where there was that moment where we just lost it when you said, because I have friends, right? Because you're talking about your friends. You were talking about Tokusatsu.
People on my computer.
Turn up the camera.
Oh my god. I'm just a mess, honestly.
You guys are great. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, thank you. Again, like, you don't know how much it means to us to have you on. So, again, a million thank you to you for joining us and having just this discussion.
Honestly,
This discussion.
like seeing the beautiful friendships you have with like Keza and Thomas and pretty much all the people you know on Toku Twitter was sort of pretty much the inspiration for like, why don't we do a podcast where it's all about that, friends coming together, talk about these shows for Japanese children and having a good time.
Yeah, it's honestly so fun to just talk to different creators and people who we just love in the community. Again, like Mark, I grew up with you, so the fact that you're here again, that you're here at all, is a really big moment. Hold on, let me just do like a little quick search to see if a little surprise is announced, because next week we may not go live on this account.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Let me just double check.
There could be somebody in the chat who could maybe say, "Hey, stop! No, Code Red, don't."
So no, it has not been announced yet, but there is something going on next week that we are all involved in. Yes, I'm looking at you. Grat episode
anniversary, and I'm grateful you showed me the show. Thank you, dude. You're the best. Oh,
Megan, we love you, Megan. You're so cool. I can't. Like I'm weak, bruh. All right, we won't be going live on this channel next week because we have a very special reunion to go back to. So
yes, kind of a thing. You'll see.
We have a thing going on. All right, but until then, we'll keep you posted. Follow us on Twitter on this account or our individual accounts: Summonrider Red and Frankie Toku.
And
Toku
also
Frankie,
Megaforce, the man, the myth, the legend.
Hello.
What are you doing?
There we go, right here. You better be subscribing. You better be following. You better be subbing and giving him money. I'm kidding. I mean, like, do you have a Patreon? Because if you got a Patreon,
but I don't shell it out.
Well, we're gonna shout it out right here. You better subscribe to him on his Patreon because he probably has some great content to offer there. If you want to continue to support him,
want subtitles, subscribe.
You want to live? Go subscribe to his Patreon. You'll be the next character that dies in a Nick cartoon.
You want to see your family again? Yeah, bitch, you bitch. Well, subscribe.
Okay, Marcos.
Who's Marcos?
This is a little embarrassing.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, little chicken friend of ours.
She's not gonna let you participate next round. She's gonna say like, "Oh, we have 5 people." She's okay. So at the end of this episode, maybe we'll announce it. But until then, just follow us there. If you want to see more content like this, you can go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you want to recommend a topic or even join us, you can go ahead and comment down below, like the video, share it to help support us and to share around the community so we can continue to grow a great fan base and just have a great time overall, guys. And thank you to those people who are watching us.
Here, Keza. What the hell?
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Do-do-do cock, ka-doodle-doo. That was close. Anyway, thank you to the people listening to us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and Google. God, I almost get it. Almost every time. We really appreciate you guys listening to us on these platforms. Re-saw you guys later. Have a great weekend and have a great time with the thing next week. Thank you, Megan.
Yeah, it's a thing. You'll see.
It's a thing that's gonna happen. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good night, and we're gonna see you next week with a fun stream. All right.
Hold on. Just a minute.
What is it now? Huh?
Okay.
Huh? Gonna take so long?
Okay.
What's up? What's up?
Are we okay? Keza, just say in the chat, say yes, please, or you can.
Hold on. Did she just announce it right now?
In the Discord.
In the Discord. I'm looking at the account.
I mean, it's just me and her saying if it's the time's okay. So I guess I'm the one confirming it for the entire group. But
All right. You know what? Wait. Before you say anything, don't say anything. Let me just show this image. And then we'll just end the episode. All right. This is gonna be a little teaser. You ready?
yes.
That's it.
What is that?
That's all we're gonna say. All right.
That?
All right. Well. Take care. Have a good bye. Have a good night. Have a good bye.
Have a good bye.
Have a good bye. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.